Good morning, all of you. Myself Suresh, lecturer in mathematics, working in Trinity Junior College. Students, we are discussing the topic quadratic expressions and equations. Already we have discussed the topic signs of quadratic expression. Signs of quadratic expression. There we did the problems. Suppose x minus 2 into x minus 3 less than 0, then the values of x is lies in between 2 and 3 we have discussed or not. Suppose the same quadratic x minus 2 into x minus 3 is greater than 0, then x doesn't lies in between 2 comma 3 already we have discussed and we did some problems based on this concept. When it is possible x minus 2 into x minus 3 is greater than 0, x is less than 2 or x is greater than 3, means x doesn't lies in between 2 comma 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, so on up to infinity, and this is minus 1, minus 2, so on minus infinity. The expression is greater than 0 when x is less than 2. Expression is greater than 0 when x is greater than 3. Means x doesn't lies in between alpha comma beta, x minus alpha into x minus beta greater than 0. X doesn't takes the values in between alpha comma beta. If x minus alpha into x minus beta less than 0, then x lies in between alpha comma x lies in between alpha comma beta. We have discussed some problems based on this concept. We have discussed some problems based on this concept. Whether it is correct or not. We did the problems also. But now I want to explain you one condition. I want to explain you the condition. After finding the factors by less than greater than, we have decided where x lies. What are the values of x will take. But seeing the expression also we can say, but not the value. By seeing the expression, we can say x will lies in between or x doesn't lies between alpha comma beta. To get the values of alpha comma beta, it is a necessary condition to split them into factors. But without factorization, without roots, we can say x is lies or x does not lies. That is by seeing the expression. See here, if you multiply this, we will get the expression like this: x square minus of alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta, right? So less than 0. See here, the coefficient of x square is 1, but comes to general quadratic ax square plus bx plus c. See here, the x square coefficient is 1, which is greater than 0, positive. That is nothing but if the expression is less than 0 and the coefficient of x square a is greater than 2, expression is less than, expression is negative, and x square coefficient is greater than 0 means positive. Same sign or opposite sign? Opposite sign. Expression negative, coefficient of x square a is positive, then x always lies in between alpha comma beta. Comes to here, x square, x minus alpha into x minus beta. Here it is in the form of ax square plus bx plus c greater than 0, and the x square coefficient a is also greater than 0. Both are positive, means same sign. Not only positive, less than 0, and this is also less than 0. Both are same. Then x doesn't lies in between alpha comma beta. X doesn't takes the values in between alpha comma beta. Here expression is less than 0 means if it is greater than 0 and the coefficient of x square is less than 0 means opposite sign. Opposite sign. Expression and the x square coefficient Ax square plus bx plus c is negative, then x square coefficient a is positive or expression is positive greater than 0 and the coefficient of x square a is negative less than 0, means both are having opposite sign, then x is always lies in between alpha comma beta. X takes the values in between the roots alpha comma beta. Whenever expression is positive and the coefficient of x square is also positive, expression is negative and the coefficient of x square is also negative, both are having same sign, both are positive or both are negative, then x doesn't lies in between alpha comma beta. For that we will see one theorem here. For that we will see one theorem here based on that concept. What is that concept? Expression and the x square coefficient are opposite signs. Expression and the coefficient of x square have the same sign. Then what are the values of x? Now we'll see in one theorem. We'll see in one theorem. What is that? See here. Let alpha comma beta are the roots of ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, and where alpha is less than beta, where alpha is less than beta, then first case, for all real numbers x belongs to R, for any real number alpha less than x less than beta means x is lies in between alpha beta, then ax square plus bx plus c and a have opposite signs. Means by seeing expression ax square plus bx plus c and a have opposite signs, then always x, one of the root, lies in between alpha comma beta. That is the meaning of this. The second one is, for any real number, if ax square plus bx plus c and a have the same sign, then x will take the values less than alpha or x will take the values greater than beta. Means what is the meaning of this one? X doesn't lies in between alpha comma beta. For this, when expression and the coefficient of x square a having the same sign, means this is positive, this is positive, this is negative, this is negative, then the root doesn't lies in between alpha comma beta. X will take the value less than alpha or x will take the value greater than beta. If expression and the coefficient of x square have opposite sign, always x will take the values in between alpha comma beta. The root is lies in between alpha comma beta. Now we'll see the proof of this theorem. Given alpha comma beta are the roots of the quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. Okay. Therefore, if alpha beta are the roots of the quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, with alpha less than beta, then we can express ax square plus bx plus c as a into x minus alpha into x minus beta or not. See whether it is correct or not. If you take a as common, then it becomes x square plus b by a into x plus c by a. X square plus b by a is nothing but sum of the roots are not, plus c by a is nothing but a product of the roots are not. Therefore, if you multiply this x square minus of alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta, in place of alpha plus beta if you replace minus b by a and product of the roots alpha beta as c by a, and if you go for the simplification, then we will get this quadratic or not. Therefore, ax square plus bx plus c can be expressed as with the roots alpha comma beta as x minus alpha into x minus beta. From this, can I write ax square plus bx plus c by a is equal to x minus alpha into x minus beta or not? Write it as equation number 1. Right? Now we are going to prove first part of the theorem. Suppose x belongs to R and alpha less than x less than beta, alpha less than x less than beta, ax square plus bx plus c and a have opposite signs, we have to prove. Okay, suppose x belongs to R and alpha less than x less than beta, alpha less than x less than beta. From this, can I write alpha less than x, comma x is less than beta, alpha x less than x and x is less than beta. From this, can we say 0 is less than x minus alpha and x minus beta is less than 0. Now from this we can say x minus alpha is greater than 0 and x minus beta is less than 0. Now multiply these two inequalities. Multiply these two inequalities. What will get? X minus alpha into x minus beta. See students, x minus alpha is greater than 0 and x minus beta is less than 0. This is negative into x minus beta less than 0, it is positive. Negative into positive. Finally, what we will get? Negative or not? Minus 2 into plus 3. Its value is minus 6. Therefore, negative into positive is negative. Positive into negative, that is also negative. Negative into negative is positive. Positive into positive, that is also positive. Therefore, here we are getting negative x minus alpha is greater than 0 means this is positive and x minus beta less than 0 is a negative. Therefore, negative into positive or positive into negative, that is nothing but finally negative. Therefore, x minus alpha into x minus beta, we will get it as less than 0. In equation number 1, what we have? X minus alpha into x minus beta as ax square plus bx plus c. Ax square plus bx plus c by a is less than 0. Since from equation 1 we have replaced x minus alpha into x minus beta. In equation number 1 we have ax square plus bx plus c by a. Ax square plus bx plus c by a is less than 0. See, when it is possible, it is possible if numerator is positive and the denominator is negative, then it is less than 0. And if numerator is negative, x square plus bx plus c is negative, and comes to the denominator, it is positive. Coefficient of x square a is positive. Then in both the cases we will get ax square plus bx plus c by a value is less than 0. Means ax square plus bx plus c by a is less than 0 when it is possible. Numerator positive, denominator negative, or numerator negative, denominator positive. Nothing but what? They have the opposite signs or not. See, if it is positive, then it must be negative. If it is negative, then it must be positive. Therefore, if they have opposite signs, then only ax square plus bx plus c by a is less than 0. For it is possible, it is in the sense ax square plus bx plus c by a is less than 0 when it is possible. It is possible when ax square plus bx plus c and a, coefficient of x square a, have opposite signs. Have opposite signs. It is possible when ax square plus bx plus c and a have opposite signs. Therefore, for x belongs to R, x is less than, alpha is less than, x is less than beta, which implies ax square plus bx plus c and a have opposite signs. This is the first part. If alpha less than x less than beta, x square plus bx plus c and a have the opposite signs. Now comes to second part. Proof of this one. If x belongs to R, x less than alpha or x greater than beta, then ax square plus bx plus c and a have the same signs. Now I am going to prove this one, second part. In the second part, we have two cases. Case 1. If for x belongs to R and x is less than alpha, I am taking this condition, x less than alpha. And already we know alpha is less than beta. This is given. X is less than alpha and already given that alpha is less than beta. So from this, can we write x is less than alpha? This is less than beta. X less than alpha, that is less than beta. X less than alpha and it is less than beta, we can write it as x less than alpha and x is less than beta. Why? Because a is less than, b is less than c, we can write it as a less than b, b less than c, or a less than b, a less than c, we can write or not. A less than b and a less than c, x less than alpha and x less than beta. From this, x minus alpha is less than 0 and x minus beta is less than 0. Therefore, multiply these two factors, x minus alpha into x minus beta greater than 0. Why? X minus alpha is less than 0 means it is negative. X minus beta less than 0, that is also negative. This is negative and this is also negative. Negative into negative, finally its value is what, Nana? That is positive. Like minus 3 into minus 7. Minus into minus plus 7 3s are, that is 21, which is a positive quantity or not? Therefore, negative into negative, it becomes positive. Therefore, x minus alpha into x minus beta is greater than 0. From equation number 1, what we have, x minus alpha into x minus beta, ax square plus bx plus c by a is greater than 0. When it is possible, when ax square plus bx plus c by a is positive, it is possible numerator positive, denominator positive, and numerator negative, denominator is also negative, again it is positive. Means what it indicates, expression and the coefficient of x square a both are having the same sign. Numerator expression positive and the coefficient of x square a denominator, that is also positive, or numerator expression ax square plus bx plus c is negative and the coefficient of x square a in the denominator, that is also negative. Positive by positive, positive. Negative by negative, that is also positive. Therefore, this is greater than 0 when it is possible if both ax square plus bx plus c and a having the same sign, then it is possible. Then it is possible. See, now I am writing the conclusion. It is possible when ax square plus bx plus c and a, coefficient of x square a, have same sides. Have same sides. In this case, it is true now. Now, case 2 also we have to find or not? Case 2. What is that case 2? When x is greater than beta or x is greater than beta. Case 2. In this case also we have to prove both are having the same sign, then the expression is having greater than 0, both are having the same signs. For x belongs to R, if x greater than beta, second case we are taking x greater than beta, x is greater than beta, x greater than beta, and already given beta is greater than alpha or not. Alpha less than beta is nothing but beta is automatically greater than alpha. This is the given condition. From these two, can I write x is greater than beta, beta is greater than alpha. So from this we can write x greater than beta and x greater than alpha. X greater than beta and x greater than alpha. That is nothing but x minus beta greater than 0 and x minus alpha greater than 0. Therefore, x minus beta into x minus alpha means the product of these two factors. X minus beta positive into x minus alpha, that is also positive. Therefore, positive into positive automatically positive or not. For x minus beta into x minus alpha greater than 0, if you write in order x minus alpha into x minus beta greater than 0. From equation number 1, x minus alpha into x minus beta is nothing but ax square plus bx plus c by a is greater than 0, since from first equation. Here also we have taken from equation. See, positive by positive, positive, negative by negative, positive. Therefore, it is possible ax square plus bx plus c and a have same signs. Therefore, from case 1 and 2, we can say that for x belongs to R, x is less than alpha or x is greater than beta, which implies ax square plus bx plus c and the coefficient of x square a have same signs. This is the theorem which is useful for us when x lies in between alpha comma beta. When x does not lies in between alpha comma beta, it indicates when the expression and the coefficient of x square a having opposite signs, means expression is positive, x square coefficient a is negative, or expression is negative, coefficient of x square a is positive, opposite sign, then x lies in between alpha comma beta. If you have any doubts, you can check our previous classes problems. We did the problems while finding range. There we got the quadratic equation in terms of y less than or equal to 0, then y is lies in between alpha comma beta. When the quadratic expression is greater than or equal to 0, y is less than or equal to alpha or y greater than or equal to beta, we did that concept there. You can check these two conditions from the problems. When these two having the same signs, y doesn't lies in between alpha comma beta. If these two having opposite signs, x lies in between alpha comma beta. Simply we can say that in a quadratic expression, if it is less than or equal to 0, the expression is less than or equal to 0, always x lies in between. The expression is greater than, the value of x doesn't lies in between alpha comma beta. In that way also you can remember. If expression, always x square coefficient should be positive, is less than or equal to 0, then x is lies in between alpha beta. Remember that. If x square coefficient and expression x square coefficient is positive and the expression is also positive, then x will take the value less than or equal to alpha, or x is greater than or equal to beta. Okay, it is very important theorem, students. You have to remember this. Second theorem, based on signs of the quadratic expression. If the roots of ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0 are non-real complex numbers, then for all real numbers ax square plus bx plus c and a have the same sign. See, here we will get the doubt. In previous theorem, for all real numbers, if ax square plus bx plus c and a have the same sign, then the root doesn't lies in between alpha comma beta. We have discussed that is x less than alpha or x greater than beta. If x square plus bx plus c and a have the same sign, then x will take the values less than alpha, x will take the values greater than beta for all real numbers. See, here this statement is looks same like that, but we have the difference of the statement is there. The roots of the quadratic equation are non-real complex number, means whenever the discriminant is less than 0, the roots are complex numbers or not. In such case also, these two having the same sign. It may be positive positive or negative negative. If both are having the same sign, then we have to check the discriminant. If the discriminant is greater than 0 or discriminant is less than 0, if discriminant is less than 0, then the roots are non-real complex number for all x belongs to R. Now we will see whether both are having the same sign, whether by using non-real roots it is true or not. We will see now. If the roots of the quadratic equation are non-real complex numbers. Non-real complex numbers means, therefore, discriminant is less than 0 or not. Discriminant is less than 0, nothing but b square minus 4ac is less than 0. From this we can say that 4ac minus b square is greater than 0. This one I am taking it as equation number 1. Now we have to prove these two have the same sign by using this condition. Now take the quadratic expression ax square plus bx plus c. In this we have to use this condition. To use this condition we have to create this term or not. Then how we will create c? A as common. Take a as common. X square plus b by a into x plus c by a. A into, okay? Or you may write like this also now. You can continue or you can write this one as ax square plus bx plus c divided by a. I am taking the a to the denominator. Now x square b by a into x c by a. X square plus this one as 2 into x into b by 2a. Okay, a square plus 2ab. To write a plus b whole square or a minus b whole square, we require plus b square or not? It is in the form of a square plus 2ab. Means this is a and this is b. A square we have, therefore we have to write b square. It is b by 2a whole square. Means we are adding b square, then you have to subtract b square without changing its original value. That's why b by 2a whole square is subtracted, added and subtracted b square. We are adding and subtracting b square plus c by a as it is. Now from this part we can write x square plus 2x into b by 2a plus b by 2a whole square as x plus b by 2a whole square. X plus b by 2a whole square. It is in the form of a square plus 2ab plus b square. That is a plus b whole square minus b square by 4a square plus c by a plus c by a. Now what we can write? Ax square plus bx plus c by a is equal to, this is what now, as it is x plus b by 2a whole square. From these two, first I am writing the positive term and the LCM is 4a square. 4a square is the LCM. I am writing the positive term. Here we have a is there, here 4a square is there, therefore we should multiply the numerator with 4a. Already c is there, 4ac minus b square. See, x plus b by 2a is always positive. Why? Because if this value is negative also, by whole square it becomes positive. And in equation number 1 we have 4ac minus b square is greater than 0. 4ac minus b square is greater than 0 and always 4a square is positive. Then we can say that this is greater than 0. Ax square plus bx plus c by a. Since from first equation 4ac minus b square is what, Nana? Is greater than 0. This part is greater than 0 and this is always greater than 0. Therefore, orally x square plus bx plus c by a is greater than 0. Therefore, when it is possible if ax square plus bx plus c and a have same signs or not? Have same signs. See, same signs or not? This is positive and the denominator is also positive. Positive by positive, positive. Or expression is negative and the coefficient of x square a, that is also negative. Then also it is what, Nana? Positive. Therefore, it is greater than 0 when it is possible, when the expression and the coefficient of x square a both are having the same sign, positive positive or negative negative, then it is greater than 0. Therefore, if ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0 have non-real complex numbers, then the expression is positive for all x belongs to R when these two having the same signs. Therefore, for all x belongs to R and ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0 has non-real complex numbers, then ax square plus bx plus c and a have same signs. After completing this theorem, one more theorem is there. After completing the theorem, we'll do the problems based on these concepts, sign changes of the quadratic expressions. If the roots of ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0 are real and equal, roots are real and equal to alpha is equal to minus b by 2a, we know this one very well. If the roots are equal, then the root is minus b by 2a. Then for alpha not equal to x belongs to 1, means for any real number other than this alpha, x square plus bx plus c and a have the same signs. Like a previous theorem, here in the previous theorem the roots of this one are non-real complex numbers. Here the roots are real and equal. Given the roots of the quadratic equation ax square bx plus c equal to 0 or real and equal, therefore what is the condition? Discriminant is equal to 0. Discriminant is nothing but b square minus 4ac is equal to 0. Take it as equation number 1. Consider the quadratic expression ax square plus bx plus c. Same like previous one. Take a as common. X square plus b by a into x plus c by a. We can write ax square plus bx plus c divided by a is equal to x square plus b by a into x plus c by a. Now express this one as a perfect square. Can I write this one as x square plus 2 into x into b by 2a, a square plus 2ab. Then we require b square, b by 2a whole square minus b by 2a whole square plus c by a. Okay, and from this we can write it is in the form of a square plus 2ab plus b square. Then we can write this one as a plus b whole square or not, x plus b by 2a whole square, and for this it is plus c by a minus, I am writing the positive term first and then we will go for negative term, that is b square by 4a square. Ax square plus bx plus c by a is equal to, this is as it is x plus b by 2a whole square plus, and for these two terms the LCM is 4a square. 4a square, this is a, here 4a square, therefore LCM is 4a square. Then we will get here 4ac minus b square, and we know very well this part is 0. Why? Because from equation number 1 b square minus 4ac is 0, therefore we will get x plus b by 2a whole square. Since from equation 1 we have b square minus 4ac equal to 0, that is nothing but 4ac minus b square is also equal to 0. Therefore this value is always greater than 0 or not? X plus b by 2a. Ax square plus bx plus c by a is greater than 0 for x not equal to minus b by 2a. If x is equal to minus b by 2a, then this value becomes 0. This is the root we are considering it as alpha. Therefore, other than x is equal to minus b by 2a, ax square plus bx plus c by a is always greater than 0. When it is possible, this is positive and this is positive, or expression ax square plus bx plus c is negative and the coefficient of x square a is also negative. Positive by positive, positive, negative by negative, that is also positive for x is not equal to alpha. Therefore for x for alpha not equal to x belongs to any real number, ax square plus bx plus c and a have same signs. Tomorrow we'll discuss the problems based on these concepts. Sign of the quadratic expressions. When the expression is positive, when the expression is negative. By using these theorems, we'll use some problems based on this concept. And already we have discussed maxima and minimum of the quadratic expression. What is the maximum value, where it has the maximum value, and what is the maximum value. For what value of x it has the maximum value, we have discussed in the last 2-3 classes. We'll do the problems based on this one and maximum and minimum of the quadratic expression. Thank you.